Hey guys, and welcome back to Movies That Matter with the Viking. And Zack Snyder unleashed the very first official look at Zack Snyder's Justice League yesterday. A nice 30-second teaser which showed Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman discovering a picture of Darkseid, and it put some fear into her eyes. So let's break down this 30-second teaser. First of all, we start with Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman having a burning flame in her hand, going through some kind of cave or maybe temple. And I'm sure this isn't the only drawing that's in this temple or cave, but she's looking around and then she finally looks over and sees this picture on that wall. And the camera pans up to look and see what the picture is. Now, with this scene, it's supposed to indicate that Wonder Woman, that Diana knows who this figure is. She knows what the picture resembles. As an average going audience member, if you were to see this in the theaters, you'd be like, oh, who's that? What's that character? Why is it putting so much fear into her? I also love how we don't and we can't see what's on the wall until Diana brings her burning flame closer to the wall. And then as the camera pans up and moves up towards the picture, we get to see this already intimidating figure of Darkseid. For the people that say Gal Gadot cannot act, she's a bad actress, I think she does very well in this scene here of depicting her emotions. We can see that her tone, her emotions are very different from when she fought Doomsday, when she fought Steppenwolf in the theatrical cut. Her face isn't smiling, she isn't enjoying herself. She sees this picture and it puts absolute fear into her. She knows who this figure is. She knows who Darkseid is. She knows what he's capable of, and this is really bad for Diana. It even makes us as audience members kind of question, what is this? Why is she so scared? Man, this is Wonder Woman. She's fought gods before. Why is she so scared? As Diana moves closer towards the picture, we finally get to see what it actually is. And it is a very well drawn image of Darkseid. Of course, there's red eyes. He's holding some kind of spear. And then what does that symbolize in the middle? Does that symbolize his power? Does it symbolize a mother box? Or the power that he would get if he got all mother boxes? And now we've got some kind of weird Greek, is it Greek writing or maybe whatever apocalypse planet that he's on? Maybe that's the way they write and that's their language. But it's a pretty cool first look at Darkseid. And then we cut back to Diana and she has that what the fuck face. She is scared, she is frightened, and she knows that Bruce is right. We need to assemble a team. We need a bunch of heroes. And Bruce Wayne had a feeling, and Diana knows from this moment on why he had that feeling. And she knows Darkseid is no pushover. Darkseid is no Doomsday. Darkseid is the real deal. He is a bad mofo that will fuck you up. Justice League. So Diana will probably go back to Bruce with this information. Then we probably see the coolest part of the trailer. It cuts to Darkseid himself. And as you remember in the theatrical cut, we actually seen this scene, but it was of Steppenwolf. Of course, changed by Joss Whedon and Jeff Johns. But in Zack's cut, we see a history lesson. We see that Diana explains the history of the mother boxes. In the theatrical cut, she explains it to Bruce Wayne while walking alongside some lake. And you can see that was kind of a reshot, and we only got to see elements of that history lesson. We know that the gods were involved, we know that Green Lanterns were involved, but Steppenwolf was the main focus in that history lesson, and there was no talk or no look of Darkseid whatsoever. So here we get to see Darkseid bringing his army to Earth to try and obtain the mother boxes. Now, we've seen this image before, but we've only seen it in black and white. And now, we finally get to see it in full flowing colour. Zack Snyder obviously released a picture a few weeks back of this image. And people were like, oh, the effects aren't done, it needs to be finished and all that. But in this teaser, those effects seem to be finished. Those effects seem to be ready. Now remember, this isn't Darkseid in his full flow. This isn't Darkseid in his real incarnation. This is Yukas. This is Darkseid before he became Darkseid. He was Yukas. He was kind of an up and coming training to be this kind of god, this kind of devil like character. And of course we get to see him develop into Darkseid And probably by the end of the film, we don't see Yukas, we see Darkseid. And this is why Wonder Woman is so fearful, because she knows the history. She knows the history lesson behind all this. And we know that the history lesson in Zack Snyder's Justice League is supposed to be a lot longer than the one we got in theatrical. The one in theatrical is only, what, 3, 4, 5, if even minutes long. And we don't even get to see that much. But I remember from the first trailers, we got to see glimpses of the history lesson, and it looked like an all-out war. And I'm sure that the scene is a lot longer and a lot more in-depth. We get to see more Green Lantern. We get to see Darkseid, Steppenwolf. But it just shows you that this scene is complete. It's ready to go, and it's very intimidating. I love the score comes into it from Batman versus Superman. We get this look at Darkseid, this army, this intimidating army coming behind him. He looks like a badass, and this isn't even him in his full flow. It's cool. It's amazing. I can't wait. Zack Snyder's Justice League is going to be amazing. It's going to be insane. It's going to be earth-breaking, earth-shattering. It's going to break the internet. Look what these teasers, look what these stills do to the internet. Look what they do to Twitter. Look at the discussion. It's absolutely unbelievable. And I, for one, can't wait. I'm sure you are in anticipation also. But also with this 30-second sneak peek, which I found very interesting and actually very beautiful, was Lex Luthor. Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor. At the end of Batman vs Superman, when Batman visited Lex Luthor in prison to give him a warning, to threaten him that he will be watching every step that he makes, and Lex Luthor replies, "The bell has already been rung, he has heard it, he is coming." Of course, he was referring to Darkseid, because Superman, in the universe that Zack Snyder has created, is still dead. The god is dead. The Kryptonian is dead. So that makes Earth a lot more weaker than it was, because if Superman was there, Darkseid would have to take a different approach. He would have to go on a different way to take down Earth, to get the mother boxes. But with Superman gone, his job has been made a lot more easier. And with that, Lex Luthor's voiceover, his kind of dialogue from Batman vs Superman, is absolutely perfect for this scene, because you can see the emotion in Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, the emotion of fear. Then you cut the Darkseid coming to Earth with his army. It was just beautifully done. And of course, then at the end of the trailer, you only get to see this only on HBO Max. So that means subscribe, guys, if you haven't already. Subscribe to HBO Max, because I also find interesting with this teaser is because he didn't tease Steppenwolf. Steppenwolf is the villain of Justice League, and then Darkseid was supposed to be the villain for future films. So why is Zack Snyder marketing Darkseid, who only plays a small role in this film, when Steppenwolf is the real villain? Well, I think that Zack Snyder is definitely working towards getting more Justice League sequels. And look, if this film is a success, and I already think it is a success with the buzz it's created, with the subscriptions, with everything like that, I think we will get a Justice League Part 2, Justice League Part 3. But he's teasing us. He's playing ball. He's saying, look, there's more here. There's not just what you're gonna see in the film of with Steppenwolf and the Parademons. Darkseid is there. Darkseid is the Thanos of this universe, but he is a lot more badass than Thanos. And Zack Snyder is going to eye up for more Justice League films, no doubt whatsoever. And I wasn't expecting to get this teaser today. I thought the next time we get to see parts of Zack Snyder's Justice League would be at the fan-run JusticeCon or DC Fandom, which is going to be this big universal fandom thing for DC and sneak peeks for all the upcoming films and TV shows. So I wasn't expecting anything, but I think what they're going to do now is they're going to do these 30-second or less teasers, these trailers that's going to build up to the actual full-blown trailer, and that would be cool. Maybe even a video. Chris Vaughn said it on one of my posts. He said that maybe they're going to do a character study, a trailer for each character. So we could see a 30-second teaser for Aquaman, for Flash, for Cyborg, for Batman. So that's actually not a bad idea, and that would be pretty cool, seeing like a mini trailer, a mini kind of character study of each character, and then getting to that actual trailer. Maybe, look, DC fandom is going to be interesting, because we're going to get to see a lot of sneak peeks, a lot of kind of information about the upcoming films and shows. And I think Zack will bring some footage to that DC fandom. Of course he will. It's going to hype up HBO Max even more. It's going to hype up his film even more. And an interesting thing as well, DC fandom is headlining with Zack Snyder's Justice League. It's not in the background, it's not last or anything like that. It's being marketed as one of the main players for DC going forward. So this is all good signs for the DCU. For if you're a Snyder fan, I think we're going to expand and we're going to get more stuff. We're going to get more spin-off movies of Zack Snyder's universe. We're going to get a Justice League Part 2, a Justice League Part 3, but of course it needs to be a success. And I said before in the video, success is different for Zack Snyder's Justice League. It's not box office, it's not critic score, it's buzz, it's fan buzz, it's subscriptions, it's the talk on Twitter, it's the talk on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. That's what success is for this film, and I have no doubt. Look what a 30-second teaser does to the internet. Look what it does to YouTube. Look at the breakdown videos. Look at the discussion. Absolutely, when Zack Snyder's Justice League does come out, it's going to break the movie internet world, and I absolutely can't wait. So look, today was just a random day, and this was posted by Zack Snyder, by Jason Momoa, by Warner Brothers. So who knows what's going to happen in the next few weeks leading up to DC fandom. I think we will get maybe more of these sneak peeks, maybe once a week or something like that. That would be pretty cool. But also, what does this mean? What does this writing mean beside Darkseid? A few people have come up with theories or actually said they've solved what it means, and some people tweeted at me, and then I've seen some stuff on Facebook, so let's have a look at those. So this was sent to me on Twitter by Psychobat. Analysis. The translation of the text in the new teaser translates literally to darken and dark side. The context of the first word is for God's light to be obscured. In Greek, word order doesn't matter, therefore this translates into dark side, obscures God's light. That's pretty cool. Now that's kind of very intimidating and scary. Dark side obscures God's light. And look, we all know Zack Snyder is very detailed in what he does. He doesn't leave anything for chance or anything. He thinks out everything very critically and very specific. And I found this one on Facebook. The text in the picture, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that, in medieval Greek translate to Skoto Midas Darksidious. Skotos literally means darkness, physical or moral. Midas is a tribe that invaded Greece in 492 BC with the Persians. The Scoto-Medius also loosely translate to the Dark Council, from the darkness of the room. Darksidious literally means of dark side. My guess, the inscription mentions that the ancient temple where Diana finds this picture was built by the successors of some followers of Darkseid that came to Greece during the invasion. Now that's also pretty cool, and I'm sure there's probably a few references in history that you could find towards this kind of meaning, this phrase, this symbol of dark side, of course. And that's pretty cool, you know. Darksidious literally means of dark side. So maybe some of his followers found this place, turned it into like a temple in tribute of dark side. That's kind of a cool word as well. Scoto-Medius Darksidious. That's pretty cool. I get a tattoo of that somewhere. Someone will ask me, what's that about? And I'll say it's for dark side. But no, I love all the detail that Zack Snyder puts into stuff, into his films, into even just little scenes like this with Diana finding a temple. But anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts on this 30-second teaser of Zack Snyder's Justice League. Let me know of the reveal of Darkseid, this image, this picture, the meaning behind it. Do you have any idea what the meaning means, or any theories or anything like that? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, come follow me on all the social media. Come and engage and talk about movies. That's what we love doing. Until next time, guys, stay positive.